Okay, so I'm finally doing the highly requested Draw My Life video, which I didn't want to do because I don't think my life is really that important, but I was born in 1991, and I was born in what looks like a Dorito, but is actually a really badly drawn map of Saudi Arabia. I was born in a city called Riyadh, and my parents are actually originally from Pakistan, but that's really hard for a lot of people to understand. They're like, why don't you call yourself Saudi Arabian? Well, they don't just hand out citizenships like that. So I tried explaining this to a girl in high school, and she still signed my yearbook saying, "You are the coolest Saudi Arabian I know." I hate to burst your bubble, but you don't know any Saudi Arabians, girl. Sorry. We ended up moving to the United States when I was about 2 years old. You know, just that whole thing, you know, oh, better opportunities, blah, blah, blah. So we moved to the Wild Wild West because my dad loved John Wayne movies. That statement is not completely true. My dad did love John Wayne movies, but that's not why we moved. My parents ended up going to grad school here, and they enrolled me in a school that was a private Islamic school from preschool all the way until 8th grade. If you did watch my other video, you probably know more about this school because I told you a lot about it. Yeah, it was an interesting place. But what I didn't tell you in my other video is that I was a hustler. Yeah, that's right, I used to take money from immigrant kids because I could. I would sell these bomb grilled cheese sandwiches for like 50 cents, and I even started this newsletter called Flower Power. And in this newspaper I had a periodicals page where I used to put ads like my shoe cleaning business that I had on the side, because goddamn, I don't take a break. Entrepreneur life, what? And what I actually used to do is for $1.25, you could just give me your shoes and I would throw them in my washing machine. Yep. I was the... my businesses were going real well until one day my mama found out about them, and she was not too happy. She was actually really pissed, and she was like, "Give for free all the stuff back now, you beep beep beep." I did explain in my other video that I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, which was a really interesting experience to say the least, but I'm really grateful for it. When I ended up leaving that school, I went to an in-state university. That's supposed to be a buffalo, but it looks like a chicken nugget that got smushed, so sorry about that, my artistic skills. And it was really big. It was like 26,000 kids, and I really enjoyed my freshman and sophomore year. I was really excited, and I made my little niche of friends that kind of became like family. I was only like an hour away from home, but I did live away from home for like 4.5 years. So I had just gotten accepted into the business school, and I started thinking about film and whether I could do a dual degree. So I went into the building and I realized that it was going to be a lot more money and I would have to be in school for a lot longer, and so I decided not to do it. So what it really came down to was passion versus money, and I ended up choosing money. Yeah, it says a lot about the kind of person I am, but I just really felt like doing film wouldn't give me a job when I graduated. But I did join a group on campus that was an acting group, and they did performances for social justice issues. And then there was one winter break where my friends were not dancing in a fire, they were at the beach because they were in California, and I was kind of like stuck here by myself, and I got an idea. So I pulled out my camera, my pencil, and pen. It took me 4 days to write, shoot, edit the I Don't Understand White People video. And I was really nervous about showing it to anybody, and I posted on Twitter for like 15 minutes and then I took it down. But in those 15 minutes, one of my friends saw it and was like, "Oh my god," and she texted me and was like, "I love it." And she was like, "Can I share it?" And I was like, "Sure." So she ended up posting it on her Facebook page and tagged all my friends, and the response was amazing. Everyone really loved it. And so that helped me build up the courage to send a tweet to Just Rain asking him to watch the video, and he did, and he shared it, and I'm really appreciative because he's helped me so much since then. So I continued doing YouTube videos, and I told you that I enjoyed my freshman and sophomore year, but halfway through my junior year, I started to feel really upset because I wasn't as oblivious to my environment anymore. I started noticing how I was treated, and how people who look like me were treated and how minorities were treated on campus. And it was really frustrating because it was the first time that I saw racism in that certain light. I would hear stories and I would see things, and people would say things to me, and I would feel the stares, and I felt like people really avoided me, and it was really frustrating because I didn't understand why. So I started reading about privilege and social justice, and although it validated how I felt, I started finding myself becoming a really angry person. I was really, really mad for the last couple of years, and to the point where my dad noticed, because I'd come home every weekend and he would try and tell me that the world isn't that simple, but I just didn't want to hear it. So yeah, I saw a lot of racism. I saw people say a lot of things to other people, and people also said a lot of things to me. But one of the more memorable instances that happened was at 11 o'clock at night, and I was just walking from my apartment, and it was like a minute or 30 seconds walk, and I saw this big group of drunk white guys. And of course I wanted to avoid them because it was like late at night, and I knew I was wearing a scarf, and I just didn't want any problems. So I walked past them as fast as I could, and I made it to the other side of the road. But they didn't leave me alone. Yeah, of course they didn't. And they started screaming really aggressively, over and over and over until I was out of sight. And it was really scary. I can't say that I've been that scared in a long time. So I walked a little faster, and when I saw my friends, I tried to pretend like it wasn't a big deal, but it's one of those things that I'll probably never forget. So my whole perspective on life kind of changed as I was graduating. I wasn't as angry anymore. I feel like because I was leaving that place, I started thinking about all the good times that I had there, and I was really excited to start my life. So I moved back home, and now I have a 9 to 5 job in IT, which is not my passion, but I'm thankful that I have a job. I'm still very passionate about film, and I would like to get back into it somehow, either by this YouTube thing or going back to school. But I did have this goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers, and y'all helped me reach that. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. And tazzyphe out!